What's going on out there, folks? The Philosopher's Stone. Back at you with another vid. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing all right. So, I feel kind of good. Feeling all right today, man. Woke up in a good mood. It's always a good thing. Yeah, so I dropped down into a deep meditation and I thought, what kind of video shall I present to the world today? And what came to me was, mental illness, right? This is running rapid in this day and age. Mental illness, depressions and anxieties and traumas and, all these different sorts of, so-called dysfunctions that people have that they stick a label on and then they just get medicated for it through a pharmaceutical, right? But, of course, the philosopher's got to go a little bit deeper. So in my belief, obviously, because I am not a doctor, I am a philosopher. I believe it's mental illness is based on a flawed perception of life. Seriously, yeah, I know you can go deep. There's many variables that can be talked about. It's a debate. Sure, obviously, mental illness is one of those things, man. I myself have suffered through mental illness, like a lot of us out in this world have suffered through mental illness. The thing is, man, if you're depressed or if you got anxiety or whatever it is, man, they want to call that like a mental illness, right? And then you get into the schizophrenia and you get into the psychosis and then you get into ADHD and then you get into autism and then you get into all kinds of stuff, right? Just labels they stick on things. Oh, well, he's got a certain pattern of brain function, so we're going to say it's this and this and this and this and this. To me, in my research and my understanding and my, my thing for alleviating everything that I had to go through was basically flawed perception on life, right? And what you're focused on and what you're taking in. And basically, I mean, if you wake up first thing in the morning and you throw on the news, the morning news, it's not talking about anything positive. It's telling you about all the shootings in town. It's telling you about the accidents that were here. It's telling you about, it's all negative stuff, right? It's never anything positive for the most part, right? 90% anyway, I would think. I don't watch the news anymore. I don't know if it's changed or not, but that's what I gather, right? And you get into your car or your vehicle, whatever you're driving, and you throw on the radio, and then you got the same thing, right? Oh, there's an accident here. Oh, there's this, that here, and there's the shooting here, and then they're kidnapping and all this other stuff, right? And it's like right away you're depressed. Subconsciously, it's like this, but people just listen. They don't really question anything, right? So if you figure that you have some sort of responsibility in this creation of your world, right? And you focus on a negative long enough, you will in fact have a mental illness. Flawed perception on life. What do you focus on, right? What do you do on a daily basis? What's your daily habits consist of? Are you stuffing junk food down into your into your body on a daily basis? Are you eating unhealthy? Are you consuming alcohol? Are you consuming other vices? Do you smoke marijuana? Do you, whatever it is, right? It's all mind altering substances, right? This is the thing, man. And you can never be in your natural state as long as you're consuming any sort of mind altering substances. And the thing is, your perception is creating your reality. So if you're taking in a lot of negative stuff, man, you can't help to be feeling a little bit down, a little bit depressed. And they call it mental illness, right? Well, doc, I'm feeling kind of like crap. Been depressed for so long. And then, here, take this, right? Take the antidepressant, right? So this is the thing, man. Once you can pull back, like I said, from all the filters and all the, all this jargon that's been fed to you for so long that you're just not aware of, because people are just on autopilot for the most part. They're thinking, oh, I got to go to work and I got to do this and this and this and this. And then they put it on the radio or whatever it is. And then all this stuff is sort of going on in the background, right? And it's just sort of a habit to people. They get up and they have their morning coffee and they turn on the morning news and then they listen to it. And then so right away, they're being programmed by the Matrix. Right away, they want you to see certain stuff, man. And they want you to be in fear. Oh, it's a mental illness. Oh, no, whatever it is, right? Then you can get into the autism. Then you can get into psychosis. Then you can get into schizophrenia, right? This is the thing, man. Your mind can take you on all kinds of trips, man. It truly, truly can. I mean, if you believe this narrative that's going on in your head and you buy into it, this made up illusion, so to speak, because it's all just a made up illusion of your mind. Your perception of the world is your perception of the world, different than everybody else's. And that's the thing, man. We may all see the stuff sort of the same way. If I'm looking at the water, we both see the water. If I'm looking to do this and this or whatever it is, that's the way it is, right? Perception, decoding reality through your five senses in this holographic reality, this holographic matrix, right? So yeah, I'm getting a little bit deep. I'm getting sort of like esoteric and spiritual and all this other stuff, man. The suffering is brought on by yourself, right? The depression is brought on by yourself. It's just a matter of understanding that what you're focusing on a daily basis is creating your reality. But a lot of people are just so distracted because they just got so many things going on around them, so many variables, that it's just impossible to be able to sit and quiet your mind and actually see what's going on in your head, man, right? Because mind is creation. Like I said before, how does vision work, right? You know, the light photons come through your eye, hit the back of your, the lens and the retina and travel to the back of the head. And then, the cortex in the back of your head lights up. So you're seeing things inside your head. And the image is actually flipped upside down. If you, it's an interesting thing, man, to actually just go YouTube how vision works, because it's a big thing in this reality, right? Because you're obviously your brain is encapsulated in the skull of dark matter, right? We're not seeing out; it's coming in and it's lighting up in the back of your head. So everything is in your head. So you would have to think that anything sort of mental in regards to an illness would be a flawed perception on life. I don't know, man. That's just my own thoughts, my own views on it. What are you focusing on? What are you listening to? Right? What are you doing on a daily basis? What are you programming yourself with on a daily basis? And once you understand that, you become aware, more and more and more aware, heightened sense of awareness, you can choose to pick and choose what you want to focus on, what you want to take in on a daily basis. And it does wonders for the mental health. I mean, if you're going to stuff crap into your body first thing in the morning, they say breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's bullshit. It's not the most important meal of the day. It's probably the worst. I don't eat in the morning. I wait. I wake up, I'll have a coffee or a tea or something like that, herbal tea sometimes, right? And I'll wait sometimes until lunchtime before I eat, because you got to get the body going, man. You got to get the digestive system going. You got to, that fasting in the morning, I find, does wonders, man. They want to say, and that's just another programming matrix trick. Get up and stuff a bunch of toast and ham and eggs and bacon and all this other crap into you first thing in the morning. You're going to feel like crap, straight up, right? Some mental diets are a big thing too, man. And this is the thing, the mental diets, right? Pick and choose what you want to focus on, man. And understanding that it has a big part in your creation of this life. It has understanding that the mental illness comes from a flawed perception on life. And they want to put a flawed perception on life to put you in fear. So if you're in fear, you're easily manipulated and you're easily controlled, and you'll do as you're told, you will obey, and you'll friggin' just not question anything, because you're in a fear-based reality, man. And like I said, like anything else, man, it goes so deep. I don't want to start getting into all the other stuff like psychosis and all this other stuff. It's all just a flawed perception on reality. If you take a hallucinogenics long enough, you will get some sort of psychosis. ADHD, attention deficit hyper disorder. They say, the kid can't seem to sit and focus, and his attention span is very, very low, and he's all over the place. Maybe he doesn't want to learn what you're teaching him. Maybe he's got a heightened sense of awareness that he knows that he's being fed a bunch of jargon that he doesn't want to learn, and his attention is not in there. These people with ADHD are probably the most smartest people in the world, because they're highly aware, man, and they know that, man, I don't want to get into that, but it just goes so deep, right? I mean, there's so many variables, and obviously, everything is up for debate. But that's just my belief, man. The flawed sense of perception is basically what causes mental illness. And that's from my own experiences, and that's from me alleviating my suffering and my, so-called mental illnesses and whatever the case may be, man. And hey, man, so be it. Thanks for tuning in. See you in the next Negative.